the commitment, and I appreciate the invitation as well to share this specialized forum, all the insights of the transportation of Mexico and the importance as well of this kind of projects in order just to maintain this aging infrastructure, which is going to be the base of all the natural gas grid in Mexico. As you see, well, the grid is planning to grow for about 18,000 kilometers, and just 9,000 kilometers were transferred to CENAGAS. CENAGAS, with these new amendments, it's now the technical system operator for the whole system in Mexico. So as the owner of the main infrastructure, yeah, that was inherited from Pemex. Yeah, they changed the natural gas market in Mexico before the reforms. Everything was controlled by Pemex, even though that there were open access in the systems and some investment as well, private investment in pipelines. Yeah, the owner of the molecule, or the owner of the natural gas was Pemex. So the services were bounded. So there was not really an open access because all the capacity was taken by Pemex. With the implementing of these amendments, CENAGAS is now taking care of as a system operator, just to guarantee as well open access to the all participants in the system. So this is that's why it's very important as well, just to have all the infrastructure that was transferred to CENAGAS. Yeah, it's very important to have a very good integrity program. I think it's not true. This one is not working now. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Yep. Thanks. Well, this is infrastructure that was transferred from Pemex, which is it's about 9,000 kilometers of pipelines, and with 12 compression stations. That it has a huge horsepower, and the system was meant to and was planned to have all the flows from the south to the north. And now with all these changes as well in the supply and the new building of all new infrastructure, yeah, all the flows are reversed. And nowadays, almost the south, which used to be the supply area, now it's importing as well, and it's getting gas from the north. So by the time as well that we are having and taking care of all this infrastructure, we have to change as well of the flows. Just to give you a small an idea about all the territory of Mexico, even though that the pipeline is not so length, the spread of the pipe and the work to do it is very difficult, so, because of the distances. So you have to carry on with a lot of distances in order just to get all the infrastructure together. Yeah. Well, the way we have been done with after the reforms, in order just to take over the Pemex grid. Yeah, we began in 1993 with the decree, and then the creation of CENAGAS it was meant in 2014. And after that, we signed an infrastructure transfer agreement with Pemex in order just to have all the to take part of all the infrastructure that Pemex transferred to CENAGAS. And as well, we signed a contract with Pemex, several contracts, about 7 contracts, in order because the CENAGAS initiated with 0 employees. So we began the new company, and we began as well with several contracts getting services from Pemex, and we began ending these contracts, the allowing, the taking care of the right-of-ways, the administrative, the operation and maintenance contracts, and we began ending it little by little. And by 2017, now we have just we began as well our small independence from the operation and maintenance from Pemex, and we are doing with third parties, and we are doing some bits in order just to begin giving the operation and maintenance to third parties, and having CENAGAS as a centralized information collector. Well, this brings us as well that to CENAGAS as a part of the role of creating that new company. We defined the transporter with this strategic model with a mission to transport natural gas in safe, efficient, and reliable manner, and a vision to be recognized internationally by 2025 at the front of natural gas transmission operator. And we are compromising our personal employees with CENAGAS values, yeah, in order that that mission can continue and the company could stay. In terms of the asset management, yeah, we have as well three main objectives: just to maximum reliability, risk management, and cost optimization. Yeah, in order to do that, we have to optimize our activities and plans and work with a schedule based on objectives, all aligned to the strategy. And in order that we can have as well efficient investments and to have assure a prudent and efficient investment to make sure that everyone have a positive impact on the asset life cycle. Well, all these objectives and all these changes give us to the project, and the project, the beginning of the project, as you see, is just to get is not to say that the assets were transferred at Corpus. Yeah, so no information was transferred as well, just to within assets. So in order to have to comply as well with all this integrity norms and integrity, we'll need as well the history of the assets. So that's why we divided the system in two parts. Yeah, and we went through the sectors and through the internal, where the technical people from Pemex was, in order just to take care of all the information that can be found over there, to initiate as well our integrity baseline. We did it as well with all the support with ROSEN and Bureau Veritas. Yeah, Bureau Veritas was, they took a part of in the south part of the country, and in the north part of the country, it was ROSEN, the one that helped us just to develop all this, to develop this project. Yeah. So this is what why we have with the transfer of all the information, we have with the transfer of the assets, and with this project, we have as well, we did a verification of the complete inventory for the physical pipeline. And in that way, we validate as well all the pipeline records, and all the records were digitalized. And CENAGAS also performed some technical assessments of the infrastructure in order just to have a baseline, in order just to begin doing all the corrections that we needed. In addition to identify the operational status of the assets, the project was at the baseline review for the implementation of the CENAGAS Pipeline Integrity Management Plan in accordance with international best practices. CENAGAS looked for support, as I told you, from Bureau Veritas and from ROSEN, and we covered the whole sectors in Mexico. And we will look as well in particular for more activities and, well, all the activities that were done. The scope of the work of the project included collect and classify all the documents of the natural gas system, which involves collecting the hard copies documents at all the facilities, verification of the installations and equipment that make up the system and that was transferred from CENAGAS, from Pemex to CENAGAS. This involves site visits to each of the facilities, verification of the inventory in SAP, and reviewing complementary information, performing physical inventory, information about the true conditions of the installations and all the equipment. Organize, digitalize, preserve, protect the documents and technical files. This, as I told you, it was very difficult because, and it was very intensive in human labor because of the way all the information was located. But now, to generate the technical assets of the operational state of the system, this is something as well that gives us some feedback of what we were getting. In some parts, we did not have access to the right-of-way, so we use as well some drones or unmanned aerial vehicles in order just to fly and to see the structure as well of the infrastructure, and to have as well some pictures and to begin comparing with the classification of the right-of-way areas. Well, to summarize now in our presentation, Jan began with the presentation of the energy reform in Mexico and the critical role of the pipelines. Pipelines are an integral part of the evolution of Mexico's natural gas market, and it's CENAGAS' objective to be recognized internationally for its technical management at the forefront of transmission and storage of natural gas, as well as a safe, reliable, and efficient natural gas operator. CENAGAS was established in 2014, and we inherit 9,000 kilometers of natural gas. As such, we are responsible for half of Mexico's natural gas transmission network. The project resulted in a clear procedure for visual inspection of the condition of our facilities, collection of true and reliable information of the installations and equipment. This information was used to update our database for risk analysis and GIS. We also classified and digitalized all relevant records using the POTS standards. Based on the information collected and verified, we performed some metal loss and third-party damage baseline integrity assessments for most pipeline segments. And we perform aerial patrol to identify threats and inaccessible areas. So the critical step is that the physical asset and pipeline records validation for the projects for more than 9,000 kilometers of pipeline, and as discussed today, in the part of Mexico, the ROSEN group has shown us a critical step in the transition to an operational responsibility and provide the foundation for further implementations of the asset integrity management as we see. Thank you very much for your attendance.